What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here, bringing you another week of our GBA Global Battle Association. Before we get started, just a friendly reminder, please show your support for the New York Yankees by clicking that like button right below this video. Remember, without your support, I cannot keep 2 videos a day coming your way. That is what I say. Now, today we are here going against the New Orleans Pelippers, managed by Pokemon. Great guy. Go check out his channel. It'll be in the description below. And you guys know last week we had a very rough loss. And we're going to try to win this week. We're going to try to win. I brought new Pokemon, kind of, sort of. I brought 2 new Pokemon. We're going to go over them right now. They'll be on the screen. I have Large Soul Steelix and Ariel the Vaporeon. And we're going to see how they go. I wanted to give them a shot. I also brought Real Bulk back. Going to be especially defensive Real Bulk this time. And it actually has U-turn on it this week because I needed some switch initiative along with Static Shock having the Volt Switch. We brought Beach Lover, who's actually Choice Banded, because this week what I really want to try to do is I really want to try to just deal as much damage as fast as possible to this team. My opponent has a pretty bulky team, also has a threatening team with TalonFlame, which is why I was really reluctant to bring Breloom. But then I realized I have 3 things on my team that resist the Brave Bird, which is Tyranitar, Steelix, and Static Shock, so we should be fine. We just, basically, I want to get as much damage done as possible between Stealth Rocks, between Toxic from Ariel, and then just Choice Banded Tyranitar going in, and then I really want to just try to have Breloom clean up. I really do. I want Mach Punch to just take everything out. So we're going to see what happens with that. Something to note is that I don't want to set my rocks up, though, until I get rid of any of my opponent's hazards. Make sure you place your bets in the comment section. Let me know who you want to be the MVP for this week. Let me know right now so I can make it happen. Let me know. I'm not going to really be able to make it happen, but we're going to see if it happens. I'm also sporting my I'm So Ballin' t-shirt from Game Boy Luke. I'm not sure if he has them up for sale yet, but you should go check out his channel, and they're there. He did not. I bought this is mine. This is mine. I love this shirt. He showed me the design. It's like, dude, I want that shirt so bad. I love it. So my opponent has didn't even bring the TalonFlame, unfortunately, that I was preparing for. He's got the Conkeldurr, Rotom Heat, Terrakion, his Mega Tyranitar, Azumarill, and Nidoking. So I'm glad we don't got to worry about that Sylveon. Let's identify any common weaknesses. I see 2 ground weaknesses. Unfortunately, we do not have Mamoswine this week. That would have been really useful, but there's 1 immunity to the ground as well. I think he is going to open up with the Rotom Heat, as it does have initiative and all that fun stuff. I don't want to open up with Beach Lover because he can burn it very easily. I could actually open up with Manectric. I could open up with Manectric because I believe it does outspeed the Rotom, and I can get a Volt Switch off and get out of there. I think that's what I'm actually going to do. Yeah, let's open up with Manectric so we can get our, no matter what, we'll get our Mega Evolution off first turn. Won't have to worry about not coming in without the Intimidate. We can see that he has 1, 2, 3, 4 physical attackers, it looks like. Mega Tyranitar is probably a bulky variant. Looking at his team, oh, I got Battle Music number 9 on, guys. It's so good. You guys can't hear it. You're listening to Glitch. I'm sorry, you're listening to Glitch. But, I mean, Glitch is amazing. I'm not really sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But he actually opens up with the Nidoking. Really, 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 really bad for me. Really bad. Really, really bad. Because I can't exactly switch into anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. Real Bulk can probably take a hit. Real Bulk can probably take an Ice Beam. I'm not entirely sure, though. A Real Bulk can most likely take an Ice Beam. Oh my gosh, this music is so good. The New York Yankees are 3-3 right now, by the way. And it would be nice. Oh, I could take an Ice Beam easy. Whoa. Or I go into Ariel. No, I'm not going to overpredict. Let's just go right out into Real Bulk, hoping that he is going to go for the ground type move. There's a chance that he'll go for the Ice Beam. My phone constantly changes the setting. I'm hard switching out. I don't get my Mega Evolution off the way that I wanted to. But, that stinks. I go out into Real Bulk, and he just sets up the rocks. Wow, I did not expect that. This is a supportive Nidoking, it looks like. I can just go for the Fog and get rid of them, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get rid of them. Just get rid of them. I think he is going to switch out, and I'd rather just say, hey, rocks, you need to go away now. You need to go away. He is going to withdraw. So these rocks are not going to be up for long. He's going to go out into the Rotom. A very good switch for him. And not the best scenario for me. I can pretty much scout what he wants to do. Oh, he had the White Herb. So he has the overheat on here. Ooh, good to see, good to see. We just burnt up his white herb, which is awesome. I also have to keep track of kills and stuff. Let me open up a notepad really quick. And the reason why I do that is because the Global Battle Association keeps records of everything as far as kill streaks and all that stuff. So we can go ahead and I can either Super Fang, because I think I can take any one hit. I really can take any one hit. I'm going to go for the Super Fang, see what he wants to do. He might want to burn me. He is going to go for the burn. I thought he might, but there's really, I mean, residual damage does stink, but it's alright. My wings are going to slow down. I'm going to get his Super Fang off. We know that he's got Will-O-Wisp and Overheat. I'm sure that he's got Volt Switch. I'm sure that he's got Volt Switch. And he might actually go for Volt Switch here. I don't think, will he? You know what, let's Super Fang anything anyway. Let's just go for another Super Fang. It's going to be really good. Oh, he's going to trick. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is an amazing set. We're not going to take this Volt Switch very well at this point. And I'm pretty sure the Volt Switch is coming. He may predict... Well, you know what? I know no matter what, he's not going for a Will-O-Wisp. So I could go out into my... I don't think he'll go for a Volt Switch. I have two Pokemon that are immune to them. Immune to it. I think he's just going to go for the Overheat at this point. I think I'm going to switch out into Beach Lover. Am I really? Oh, it's so risky. It's so risky, so risky, so risky. Let's go ahead and switch out into Beach Lover. I don't think he'll go for a Volt Switch right here. I really don't. My Golbat was just completely neutralized by my opponent with that trick. So Beach Lover's here. He's going to bring the sand with him, as a Beach Lover does wherever he goes. And I'm going to really hope to see an Overheat. There's the Overheat, which I resist, and I can take like a monster thanks to the Sandstorm. And then he is actually... Now this is going to be good. He might preserve this thing. He might just go for Volt Switch just because why not? Death Fodder's Death Fodder. I kind of want to go for a Crunch, but he's got too many things that resist it. Okay, I can tell you who he's not going into. He might go into Azumarill. Would he go into Azumarill? No, he'd go into Conkeldurr or he'd go into Terrakion. So, Tyranitar. This is my, remember, this is my choice banded Tyranitar. So it really packs a punch. Really does. I just have to see if I can... Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I could do much to anything anywhere. Now, he might just go for a Will-O-Wisp. Oh, yeah, he might just go for a Will-O-Wisp and burn this thing. I can't let this thing get burned. I got to go back out into Real Bulk. Nope. Sorry. I know that seems like a silly play, but I cannot let... If that thing gets burned, my whole team is going to fall apart. The whole team's going to fall apart. He does go for the Will-O-Wisp. In fact, I realize there's no way he's going to save this thing. He's just going to go ahead and... Now that his special attack is lowered... I actually feel more comfortable staying in here. I'll be able to take one and I can go for a Roost and still keep this thing alive barely. Either that or I go for a U-turn. Now let's go for a Roost. Let's go for a Roost this turn. He's probably going to go for the Volt Switch. He really doesn't want to though, because he doesn't want something else taking 50%. But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to Roost up. He didn't bring the Talonflame, probably because it was so obvious and Stealth Rocks are a thing, so 50% HP, ugh, not good. So he's gonna hard switch out. Oh, he doesn't have Volt Switch, does he? He has Overheat, Trick, Will-O-Wisp, and something else, I don't know. Well, he's gonna have his Nidoking in here, which is gonna be able to do a decent amount to me, but I'm gonna get 50% off on this thing with Super Fang. Like I said, that's the point of this team that I built this week, is just to get as much damage as possible. So the Brainloom has the opportunity to come in. Now I could U-turn. But I don't think that's worth it. I think getting the 50% off. Well, let's see. If I U-turn, I can go out into my... Ooh, I can go out into Aerial. Ooh. And I don't think he's packing Thunderbolt. I really don't... You know what? I'm going to U-turn for Initiative. I'm going to U-turn for Initiative. He is going to go for the Ice Beam. I should have just hard switched. What are you doing? You knew he was going to go for Ice Beam. Just hard switch. Falling apart. Falling apart. Ah! I knew the Ice Beam was coming. Why wouldn't you just hard switch? Why wouldn't you just hard switch? Well, at this point, let's go out into Vaporeon like we should have in the first place. Like there's any chance of him doing anything else but Ice Beaming. Unbelievable. Well, we're going to have our leftovers be able to take care of that Sandstorm damage just fine. And he's not going to get hit by any Sandstorm. But a Scald is going to hit everything on his team pretty hard. I'm not going to bother going for a Toxic because even if he goes into the Azumarill, I can burn that thing, and that would be really nice. So he's going to withdraw his Nidoking right now. And he's going to go on to Conkeldurr. Ooh, wanting that burn. He wants the burn. Well, he's probably Assault Vest as well. So that is not... Oh, the Sandstorm's going to subside, of course. Well, that kind of stinks. Now, we see that he's not Guts. Well, we see that he's not running an item for Guts. I almost want to just sacrifice Real Bulk here. Just to get a safe switch into... well, how much can Breloom do to a Conkeldurr? Breloom does outspeed, and ability does 55%. My goodness. Not enough. Well, I feel like he might go for a knockoff here. We don't really have anything for this guy. I can't really hard switch out, can I? Into Real Bulk. I need to get that 50% off. Alright, I think he's going to go for the knockoff. We're going to let him, it's either that or we Toxic him, give him his Guts boost. And just get residual damage like a beast. But Mach Punch is really going to hurt if he's Guts. Really going to hurt, and he's definitely Guts. My thought process is if we get a Scald off right now, Breloom can kill him with a Bullet Seed. You know what? Let's scout to see what he's going to do. I'm going to go for a Protect and Scout. I know a little unconventional for me, but it's something that would definitely be worth doing. Conkeldurr is going to use Knockoff, and we just see it there. Now we can, that really doesn't give us much to go off of. I mean, we can go into Manectric, but I still don't want to take a Knockoff. Or sacrifice Real Bulk and lose my 50%. I think I'm going to have to do that. Yep, let's sacrifice Real Bulk. There's really nothing else we can do, unfortunately. Real Bulk goes down to Conkeldurr. Goes for the Drain Punch, actually. We'll live that, but the burn is going to take us down to a point where we're not going to live a Mach Punch, unfortunately. Would have been nice if we still had that Eviolite, because honestly... Oh, no, we're just going to die. You know, that's actually best case scenario, though. The burn is going to take me down, which means Rotom actually gets the kill for that. So now what I can do is I can go out into my Manectric, and I can get an Intimidate off. I think Nidoking's coming in. HP Ice is a 2-hit KO. I think I'm going to go ahead and make that prediction. How much does a Drain Punch do to me, though? No, I'm not going to make that position because Drain Punch does 40%. My goodness. Oh, but I really do want to make that prediction. All right, my gut says... What was my first instinct? My first instinct was to come in and Volt Switch. Get the Intimidate off and get out of there. That doesn't seem very productive, though, does it? Doesn't seem very productive at all. He needs this thing dead because it pops his Azumarill. And he hasn't brought that out yet. He's going into Nidoking. I'm going for HP Ice. Please go into Nidoking. Please go into... Yes! Alright! That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, there's a chance that this thing is Scarfed, judging by the way it's been played. So I don't want to get all comfortable just yet. Because a Scarfed Nidoking does actually outspeed a Mega Manectric. But getting that 50% off is nothing... Oh my gosh. That was good, that was good. So he's probably going to go for an Earth Power here. I don't think my Vaporeon really wants to take it. The only thing is that if I'm going to go off the assumption that he's Choice Scarfed, which I really think is, it's the only reason why you would bring it in like that. Earth Power is still a 2-hit KO to a Vaporeon. I really need this Manectric, though. I still have not gotten Rocks up. And I can't go into Large Soul just yet because his special defense is complete due to Butter. So I actually am going to go ahead, assuming that this thing is Scarfed, judging by his team. Oh, he's going to double out! Goes out into Tyranitar. My goodness. Well, he's got a Mega Evolve if he stays in. That's unfortunate, though. I can just stay in and actually go for... I think at this point, I'm going to go for a Toxic. Because something tells me, looking at his team, that this thing is defensive. As far as, like, part of his core. So I'm just going to go for a Toxic here. Just get that off. Be done with it. Really hoping he doesn't go out into his Nidoking. Because if he goes out into Nidoking, he's going to have the perfect opportunity to set up rocks again. But I don't think he will. I've never brought Vaporeon before, so he is going to stay in a Mega Evolve. We're going to see what he wants to do. I do have max physical defense, but it is a Mega Tyranitar, so it could do a butt ton of damage, which would be rather unfortunate. He's going to go for the Stone Edge, lands it. But we're going to take that like a beast. We're going to land our Toxic, thankfully. And it looks like this thing is actually more offensive than anything, so a burn might have been nice. Then again, if that was offensive, I think it should have done a little more. Alright, I think the only thing we're going to have to do on this turn is we're going to have to go for the Protect just to get a little more Toxic damage off. All the damage in the world helps. It's either that or I go for a Skull, but a Skull's not going to do anything. You know what we can do? This is the perfect opportunity. Let's go out into Large Soul. Let's hard switch out into Large Soul. Our Vaporeon's still very useful because he does have the Azumarill waiting in the wing. So let's go into Large Soul. Goes for a Dragon Dance. Oh. You're going to regret that. Maybe not, though, because I'm actually not running Gyro Ball. So this thing is actually super offensive. Steelix can take any hit he wants to do, though. I mean, Earthquake, it's going to hurt a little bit. But we can actually roar him out. Oh! Hold on, before we do that, it might be better to just go for an Earthquake. Because it is stab. It's 46%. Now, do we want to do 46%? He still has a Rotom, though, which might switch in. Or do we want to just get our rocks up so we can kill that Rotom when it comes in? Sandstorm might actually kill when it comes in. I kind of want to just go for EQ. That much damage on one of his strongest attackers. So tempting. I'm going for it. And I do have Stab EQ. He does go for his own EQ. We're going to see how much this does at +1. I am a Steelix. It does not take me out. It brings me down to 80. And we're going to get an Earthquake off. And that is going to do around 40%. We're going to have our leftovers. And that is going to be a thing. Whew. And Toxic, next turn Toxic should take him out. Part of me really wishes I had Death Fodder right here. Now I can't go out into Manectric. I could go out into my Vaporeon here. Barring he doesn't go for a Stone Edge. You know what? There's no way he's going for a Stone Edge. He might go for a Stone Edge. Well, he might miss a Stone Edge. Who's more important? Large Soul? Honestly, Large Soul is probably in the grand scheme of things less important. It gets popped by 4 other things. Actually, everything else on his team. So let's just hope he overpredicts, goes for Stone Edge. We're going to go for Stealth Rock. He does go for the EQ. Which means, unfortunately, we will not have our rocks up yet again. Yet again, we will not have our rocks up. I'm going to see if the Sandstorm does subside this turn, which is awesome. Because I can actually go out into Breloom here. And, oh, never mind. Tyranitar is dead. Tyranitar does go down to the Toxic. Who Toxic'd him? Vaporeon. So Vaporeon takes out Mega T. It's 4-5 right now. And it's not looking too hot for us. I think the best thing I can do is just go out into... is he going to go into Nidoking? I really feel like Nidoking's coming out. You know, without the Sandstorm, let's go on into Ariel. See what he goes out into. Those Stealth Rocks would have been really nice because it would have taken out that Rotom Wash. Unfortunately, we could not get them up. We opted to go for the Earthquake, which, in retrospect, wasn't the worst thing in the world because that T-Tar went down in that manner, but I could have gone for the Stealth Rocks and maybe Breloom probably could have taken him out with the Mach Punch. So he does opt to go out into Banjo Smith, the Terrakion, as I go into Ariel. So I'm actually going to go for a Protect and scout what he's going to go for. These things normally, do I want to go for Protect though? Hold on. I'm pretty sure Terrakion's strong enough to take me out at this range. We're going to go for a Protect just to scout if he is going to lock himself into that close combat. He's going to withdraw, predicting the protect. Very solid play on my opponent's part. Goes out into Conkeldurr. And that is really unfortunate. This thing is such a problem. I almost think we just have to deal with it and just get the toxic on it and deal with the guts. I have no idea what else to do. I really don't want to give it guts, but I really don't have anything to deal with it. If I can get my Breloom in safely, I can put it to sleep. So maybe I shouldn't toxic it. Manectric would be a solid play if the Nidoking wasn't around. But it is. It is around. Nidoking is still around. Let's protect and see what he's going to go for. I'm so nervous. I really wanted to win, but we're an uphill battle right now. He goes for the Drain Punch. We do see the Drain Punch, so he's not going for a knockoff anytime soon. I'm not sure how much a Drain Punch will do to Vaporeon, but I think I'm gonna go for a Wish here. He might go for a knockoff now, seeing that I'm gonna stay in, but I'm gonna go for a Wish. I do have speed because Conkeldurr is slow as poop. And he's going to go for the knockoff here to get rid of the leftovers. That is going to do a decent amount. And I really have no choice but to go for a protect here. I really don't have any other choice. I'm not going to risk anything else. I'm not going to try to switch something in. I could have tried to switch in my Manectric or my Breloom, but I think Breloom would not have gotten enough HP back to go back to Focus Test, so it's not worth it. Now, I really do think I have to go for Toxic and hope that he's not Guts, but I think he's Guts. And he's probably Iron Fist. He's probably Iron Fist. There's really only one way to find out. Let's go for the Toxic. Oh, I'm going to regret that so much, aren't I? I feel like I'm going to regret that so much. I know a lot of people run Guts. but I think because of that, he might have run Iron Fist just for that extra damage. We're going to see right now. How much does this do? Drain Punch. Let's see how much it does. Yup. That looks like he is Guts. So that stinks like doo-doo butter. That really does. We're going to go for Protect. Now we just have to try to get as much toxic damage off on this thing. Even though he's going to be able to just Drain Punch and get his health back. Why would you just want him to be? I was wishing he was Iron Fist. Come on. Alright, we can still take it. I can go for a double Protect. But he's definitely going for Drain Punch. And Static Shock, I don't think could take a Drain Punch. I just tried to type in Static Shock. Oh my gosh. He's going to be at -1, so it'll do 35%. Going for another Drain Punch. Static Shock can live it. Now I would really like Aerial around for Azumarill, but I don't think that's gonna happen. By the way, never mind. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. You know what? Let's just let Vaporeon go down. We'll go for another Protect, but I really think we're not gonna get it. And oh, we get it! Woohoo! Double Protect! My goodness! My goodness! Drain Punch is I'm slowly. Now I got the double Protect off. I might want to keep Vaporeon. Might be handy. Does get one-shotted by everything else on his team except for the Azumarill. He probably can let it go down. After this next turn, I'm pretty sure a Mach Punch will take out the Conkeldurr. We actually might be okay right now. We might be able to come back because of Breloom. Breloom might put in the almighty work. It really depends. It really depends. You know what? Let's let Ariel go now. Let's let Ariel go. Let's let Ariel go. That's fine. Let it go. We're gonna go for a Wish just to have that up for the next turn when we bring someone in. That's fine by me. He's gonna go for the Drain Punch. We're gonna see what he's at. And because Mach Punch does... Oh, Mach Punch doesn't do too much to him. Bullet Seed does, though. Bullet Seed does 43%. I don't think that's enough. But no matter what, I think what we should do is we should go out into Static Shock, get the Intimidate off. I don't think he'll go out into the Nidoking right now. The Nidoking is another problem, too. Let's see if it's worth going for HP Ice. Well, he's at -1, and he's got Toxic Damage racking up. He's going to want to switch out because of the Toxic Damage if he wants to preserve this thing at all. So Nidoking would come in. Never do the same play twice. That's what you're told when you're playing competitive. But that's what your opponent thinks. So he thinks that I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt here. I'm going to go for the HP Ice. Rotom! Oh! Good play by my opponent. Good play by my opponent. Nice death fodder for him. His Rotom's going to live. But we know that his Rotom's not Scarf, so we can just take him out. Now, unfortunately, our Wish was wasted. Now, we could Volt Switch into Breloom so that we have an Intimidate for that Conkeldurr when it comes back in, because I know that it wants to come back in. So let's let Mega Manectric get a kill. Finally kills Rotom. And we're going to go ahead and get the heck out of here. I feel like I have to go into Breloom, but I need this thing at full health. I mean, Breloom cannot take care of a Nidoking. Cannot take care of a Nidoking. Everything a Nidoking does to it pretty much brings it down to Focus Sash. So, looking at his team, the only thing that wants to deal with Sandstorm damage is going to be, well, actually, Terrakion and Nidoking both. I'm going to bring out my own Beach Lover. I know that stinks. It really stinks that I brought my Tyranitar instead of my Trevenant when he brought 2 fighting types. Had I brought my Trevenant instead, I mean, it wouldn't matter too much because Conkeldurr still has knockoff, which one-shots a Trevenant every day of the week. If I'm holding my Lumberry, which of course I would be. And he does go right back out into Conkeldurr. And he's not going to take any Sandstorm damage. We have no choice but to switch out into Manectric. We really can't just sit in here and let him get a Drain Punch off and get all that HP back. So let's go out into Manectric right now. Now at this point, I did the same play twice. He pretty much just convinced that I'm only going to go for HPS with Manectric. So on this turn, I am going to go for a Thunderbolt. It probably won't kill, but we'll be able to get a decent amount of damage off along with the Toxic and the Sandstorm coming in. Drain Punch. Wow, that does a lot more than I wanted to. Maybe he is gonna... Oh my gosh, this Conkeldurr, why did I Toxic it? Why? That was my downfall. I really thought he was gonna be Iron Fist. Everyone plays with weird sets in GBA, so I thought maybe he's going Iron Fist. There's really no reason to, I guess, in the long run. So he's just gonna go for a Mach Punch to pick me off here. I just realized. So it doesn't matter. Let's just go for the Thunderbolt as he goes for a Mach Punch. If he switches on to Nidoking, that's hardcore. And then we'll be able to finally see all together if his Nidoking actually is Scarfed, because we're going to stay in and go for an HP Ice and see what happens. Granted, if he brings his Nidoking in, we know for a fact already that he's Scarfed, because there would be no reason to do that if you weren't Scarfed. He might be running Couch right now to see if Mach Punch will kill. I'm pretty sure with Guts boosted, it's going to take me out even after an Intimidate. Seeing how much Drain Punch did. Seeing how much Drain Punch did. I'm not giving up in this game, nor in the whole season, whether we lose or win this. I'm not going to give up. New York Yankees need to pull through. I need to figure out what the heck. I know my Pokemon aren't the best, but I want them to win. He is just going to go for a Mach Punch to pick me off. I am going to go down to that as expected. I think we've only gotten what? We've gotten 2 kills so far. Sandstorm and Toxic. Now, what really stinks is my focus sash gets broken here no matter what. I can't go into T-Tar. And his last 3, all 4 of his Pokemon pop T-Tar. Like, come on! I was looking at all the other Pokemon on his team, like his Talonflame, like his Sylveon. Well, not Sylveon, I'm sorry. Like his Talonflame, like his Fortress, I wasn't worried about, even though it has Steel type, it doesn't matter. I was looking at Galvantula. I was looking at a Deoxys Defense. I was looking at all those Pokemon to bring Tyranitar for, but he just brought the complete opposite, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's really nothing you can do. I'm just gonna go ahead. He's probably just gonna go for a Mach Punch, and it's gonna do so much damage. I'm gonna go for a Bullet Seed, hoping maybe he doesn't go for a Mach Punch. I'm gonna really hope he does not go for a Mach Punch, but unfortunately our Focus Sash gets broken here, which means that Terrakion can come in on the following turn after this thing goes down, or after whatever goes down. And he could just go ahead and finish me off. Now he is gonna withdraw, which kind of helps me a little bit. He's gonna go on Kanata, which is gonna be the Azumarill, and it's gonna take a Bullet Seed. And it's not going to take it very well, I'll tell you that right now. If I can get 3, it's a one-hit KO. But of course, I don't get 3. Thankfully, though, the Sandstorm, we see that I get hit first, and then the Sandstorm is going to hit Kanata, which is not going to take him out, but I think that a Mach Punch should. Now, I'm going to go for a Mach Punch because he's probably going to go for the Aqua Jet. And that's such a sliver of HP, Breloom. Can you really not take out an Azumarill? I'm really scared right now. There's no way. You're Technician. Mach Punch has to take this thing out. So Breloom is going to kill Azumarill. So that thing's going to go down. I did go for a Bullet Seed, and unfortunately the Sandstorm goes down 1 turn later. Azumarill's gone, though, which is nice. Nidoking's going to come out. And I don't think we can take out our Nidoking with a Mach Punch. And I'm pretty sure he's just going to go for a Sludge Wave. We've already lost our... I don't think a Mach Punch will take this thing out. And I think we're going to get one-shotted, so we have to switch out. I mean, if he goes for an Earth Power, then he's going to take out my T-Tar. But we're going to go out into T-Tar right now. It's really the only thing we can do. It's pretty much the best play we got. Get the sand back up. Not that it affects anything on his team. But it'll help us take this Ice Beam rather well. We know that he's choiced. We know for a fact that he's choiced. At this point, looking at his team, I can just go for Earthquakes. I'm Choice Banded. Why not? He's not going to switch out. He's just going to let this thing die. And, oh, he's not choiced! Woo! My mind is blown. Wow, so we could have taken this thing out ages ago. My goodness. Well, Tyranitar is going to take out Nidoking. But unfortunately, Conkeldurr is going to come in. I'm actually glad that he did go for that, because now the Drain Punch, when Conkeldurr goes for it, isn't going to receive as much HP back. His Terrakion is probably Scarfed. Now that we're seeing all this come through, now that the Nidoking is not Scarfed, the Terrakion is most likely, definitely, positively Scarfed. And that is a darn shame. But Conk is going to come out. It's not going to take any damage just yet, and he is going to be able to... Now, if he goes for the Drain Punch, I'm wondering if I can take him out. I really don't think so. But Earthquake would have been my best bet no matter what, so let's go for the Earthquake. He is just going to go for the Mach Punch. I was really hoping he would get greedy and go for the Drain Punch. I was really hoping that that would happen. Unfortunately, it did not, and it looks like this is all going to come down to the wire, because Breloom's going to come out right now, and a Mach Punch isn't going to kill. So I think he's going to go for a Mach Punch of his own. And that is going to do so much damage. Mach Punch from his is going to do so much damage. There's no reason... See, I can't go for a Mach Punch. I have to go for a Bullet Seed. So he is going to go for a Mach Punch of his own. That's going to do so much. It's going to bring me down to that point, which is exciting. And then Bullet Seed should be able to take him out. And if it doesn't, the Sandstorm or the... Okay, so Breloom is going to kill Conkeldurr. I'm actually really happy with this game, guys. This was a really solid game. I think that if I was Life Orb, well, I've done 2 attacks, I think, with Breloom, maybe 3. So if I was Life Orb, I'd be dead. If I have done 3. If I've only done 2, then Life Orb would have won me this match. Because Terrakion actually can't really handle a Mach Punch with Life Orb, I don't think. But with the range that I'm at, this game is all but over. I am just going to go for the Mach Punch, as I'm sure my opponent is going to go for the close combat. And see, if I had the Life Orb, we would have won that. That's such a close game. Pokemon John, very good game. Go check out his channel, like I said. That was a really close game. I'm happy with that game. Sometimes it's not just about walking with a victory. I think that early misplay really did affect me, but my team was so hard countered by his. Like, not like that. We both studied and everything, but I thought he was bringing... I just picked the opposite Pokemon to go against. I thought the Deoxys. I thought the Talonflame. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Yeah, that was a really awesome game, though. That was really awesome. New York Yankees, I'm not giving up. We have 3 wins, 4 losses. I think that shows that, you know, we can come back from being countered really hard. And I think Breloom, had I had the Life Orb, I really don't know how many attacks I did with him. But the Life Orb Mach Punch, I believe, judging by how much it did, it would have one-hit KO'd. So, or at least had a very strong chance to. So, that's that. We know that for the future. Really can't bring Breloom and Tyranitar with... I didn't want to put a Life Orb on Breloom. On the off chance I did have to get into the situation where I was in Sandstorm. Although it was not ideal. Because my Focus Test got broken by Sandstorm. But I did not think I would get put in that position so easily. So that's what happened. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like rating. New York Yankees for the Cup. We are coming back. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.